Very good morning, all the students of 6th standard, 7th standard. We are learning the geographies here. Geography 6th lesson, natural regions. We are learning. Page number 36 is going on. As one travels from the equator to the poles, the spectrum of the biodiversity narrows down. That whatever the diversity, the biodiversity into these regions, it will be narrowed down once we are traveling from the equator toward the pole. That obviously when you are coming toward the pole, it will be like in this around narrow this. So diversity is also less there. It is coming less. This leads to the issues of availability of the natural resources. So whatever the availability there of natural resources, this lead towards that questions on them. This adversely affect the human occupations, and the biodiversity also affected to the human occupations there. In the monsoon regions, agriculture and allied activities from the main occupation of the people. That in the monsoon regions, the people those who live there, their agriculture is the main occupation there, along with that allied activities from the main occupations of the peoples, along with the or attached with the agriculture. Whatever the other things are there attached with them, on them people they depend. In equatorial regions, occupations like a gathering of the gum, honey, rubber, lac, etc. are all based on the forest produce. That in the equatorial regions, where the people they are living into the equatorial regions, there people's occupation or they are depend on the gathering the gums, honey or the rubbers, lac, etc. What are the forest produces there, on them they depend there. Taiga is a softwood forest. Taiga region, it is famous for the softwood forest. Therefore, lumbering is the main occupations there. Lumbering is the main activity or the occupation of the people, those who live into the taiga regions there. Extensive farming is also undertaken in the grassland nowadays. Extensive farming into the grassland region or the area, most of the people they engage into the farming there. So this activity is also carrying out on the large scales in the present time. Significant differences are found in the environment and available resources in the different regions there. So what are the significant differences are there? We have seen into the environmental regions, and what are the available resources are also there into the different natural regions. We have seen in these days or in this region or the area, the use of the resources is dependent on the region's progress in the science and technology. What are the natural resources are there? What are the natural resources quantity or the number is there? So development of the regions or the area is depend on the uses of the natural resources and their numbers or the quantity. The use of the resources is dependent on the region's progress there. In the science and technology there, similarly the history and the cultural organizations of that place also affect the life of the people. What is their history, cultural organizations also affected the life of the peoples, those who live in that regions or the area there. Why are the hot desert mainly located along the western side of the continent only, the western side of the continent? Because what is that continents are there? Western side of continent is nearly in equator regions, so most of the deserts are there located to the western side. Why are peoples in the hot desert engaged mostly into the animal husbandry? Because they cannot do the farming there, rainfall is less, so they engage into the animal husbandry occupations there. Why do people in the hot desert live into the nomadic life? They are not stable in one place. Farming is also not carried out there. Scarcity of water is also there, so they live a nomadic life there. Why are carnivorous animals found into the grasslands there? More animals are there. Herbivorous animals also we can see, and the carnivorous, those who depend on the other animals, they are also we can see in that place. Always remember, not only human life but the entire living world on the earth depends on the available natural resources. Human life is only not, but all the living worlds, all the living things which are they are living in the world, they are depend on the natural resources. We are also depend on the natural resources, and while we utilize or while we use these resources, we must think of all the living organisms. We should be think about these living organisms. We should be careful about it. The concept The earth is one single family. This should be instilled in our mind that our earth is a single family. We will become a reality only if we do that, and according to this concept we have to work. About 25% of the desert on the earth are sandy desert. What are the part is there on the earth? Out of that 25% means desert on the earth, they are the sandy there. What are the 25% deserts are there? Most of the deserts they are sandy. Many of the deserts are occupied by the rock exposures or covered by the stone, waste and the peoples there. Most of the places they are covered with the waste, pebbles there, rocks or the stones in our regions. Deserts like Ladakh in our country or Arizona in the United States of America are of this type. Rock or the stones are there, Ladakh regions and Arizona into the United States of America. They are the example of this type of region or the area. Strong winds blowing in the deserts lift and deposit the sand to make sandy hills or sand dunes there. Wind is blowing, strong winds is blowing, so sand hills or the sand dunes it makes. If what is the wind sand is there, it will be lift from one place to another place and the position will be changed continuously, so it is difficult to understand there. Some dunes can be as high as 200 meter. These hills do not remain stationary but keep moving slowly under the influence of the wind. They are not stable there, they are keeps continuously they are moving, so difficult to understand the place of the region area. At this time villages get buried under them. Sometime what are at times some of the time what villagers also there, they get buried into that sand, so we should be careful once we are moving in this region. So what is here, one we have completed here this lesson of natural regions. I hope you understand this lesson in a proper way. Read out this lesson in a proper way so you can understand. At least minimum 4-5 times you have to read this one. Okay. Bye bye.